I bring you guys in on this. So I'm going to talk today about, is her emotions keeping her fat? So people don't like to use the word fat, and it's not something that I say often because I don't want people to get offended, but it kind of is what it is, right? Skinny, fat, it doesn't say you're a bad person. It just defines what's happening right now with your body. So I'm going to go through, is someone emotions keeping them fat, or is it them not working out hard enough? Usually people will say that it's them not working out hard enough, but I'm going to say today it's definitely emotions. Now, let's just talk about it. We don't want to make emotions like a bad topic. We want to make it a topic where we understand what's happening. If someone has a lot of trauma, they don't realize at first that a lot of their habits are formed because of past trauma. And usually the habits that are formed are overeating, it could be self-sabotaging, it could be procrastinating, it could be tons of things. But that's usually because of something that happened that was traumatic before. Most of the times, when we were younger, we would we would get rewarded by food. So if you did good, you get McDonald's. You did this, you get Burger King or whatever. And I'm not saying any of that is bad. It is what it is. Now, the trauma part we don't realize is when we start to go into weight loss, we never count up the cost that this is also challenging you at the core. It's challenging you as a person. Not just if you can eat 1,800, 1,600, 2,000 calories a day. It's challenging you as a person. And that's the part that gets misunderstood. And that's where all the battle lies in that. I usually would tell people who are on a weight loss journey, take it slow. And recently, I've been more inclined to tell people, let's attach their emotions to this journey. The more you heal emotionally, the easier it's going to be for weight loss. Because, like I said before, your emotions are telling you you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Your trauma is telling you you are a bad person, you are a procrastinator, you are all these things, which is not true. They're just habits that you formed. Now, when we go into someone's emotions, we have to tread lightly because bringing up someone's trauma will sometimes trigger them more, or sometimes it may make them feel even worse. Which, in my opinion, right, just my opinion, I'm not a doctor, that's okay. If I can get you mad and get you re-triggered to actually fix what's going on, that's a big win. I helped a lady years ago, and I told her, until we deal with some of your emotions, your weight loss journey is going to always be a yo-yo diet, going hard for 3 months and then quitting for 4 months. And I said, whatever we got to do, if we can face those emotions and face the trauma and all of that stuff, I think we'll have a lot of success. She told me I was wrong, and this lady today weighs 60 more pounds than what she weighed before. I've had also other clients who I've talked to them about, hey, what's happening with your emotions? There's no judgment. I'm not saying anything's wrong with you. We're just finding out what's happening. Once we found out what's happening, we can start addressing it little by little. When someone overeats, they're not just overeating because they're happy. They're overeating because they're neglecting something, or they're avoiding something, or they don't know something's happening. I asked a question to you guys who are here. When you get mad, what do you do? When you get sad, what do you do? When you get angry, what do you do? When you get irritated, what do you do? When you get disappointed, what do you do? Most people, sometimes me, when you get disappointed, angry, irritated, mad, any emotions, you usually go to overeating. And if you're not that person, don't be the person to be like, well, you just gotta have willpower. Don't be that person. Like, don't be that person. When we start getting all these feelings happening, all these emotions, we tend to go towards overeating, and that usually lends us to go in the opposite direction we want to go. That usually turns into a downward spiral, and overeating on Monday turns into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it just goes out of chaos. So instead of just trying to not snack and not get food that you don't feel is going in the direction of your goals, what if we start to realize our emotions are playing a part. They're in the driver's seat. And what is the emotions telling us? For me, whenever I have transitions, I've had a lot of transitions like lately. Whenever I have transitions, my cravings kick in hard. I mean, like hard body. Like I could turn into like Dunkin' Donuts himself and eat all the donuts, all of them. When we don't approach the emotion, we tend to go ahead and just overeat and just go the opposite direction. It's simple, but it's not. How do I stop myself from letting my emotions take over, Drew, on this fitness journey? First, you have to realize confronting your emotions is not easy. Second, I suggest you confront your emotions with somebody else because you could talk yourself out of things. I can tell you right now how many people I put on a workout plan and they quit by week 2 because they don't become accountable. That's really what it is. They don't become accountable. They can give you any excuse they want, but they don't become accountable. So it's very, very hard. So if you're trying to get success on this journey, you got to first confront the emotion. What is this that's actually standing in my way? Why do I always sabotage myself every time it's time for me to like put my foot forward on this fitness journey? Got to confront it. Got to get the help you need. Maybe a coach, accountability partner that's farther than you. Do not get an accountability partner who's at the same level as you because they're going to talk you down or they're not going to challenge you. The third one, which is probably the one that doesn't get talked about the most, you got to give yourself some grace on the journey. Everyone wants something to happen so quick. Like we want to lose 80 pounds in 3 months. We want to get skinny in 2 months. We want to achieve such and such in this quick amount of time. And that's a road to disaster. You got to be patient with yourself. You got to give yourself grace. Why? Because you don't realize how much of your habits are embedded in you. And sometimes you don't realize that your trauma is sitting there holding you back. So with anybody I coach now, anybody I help now, I usually start asking them these questions when it comes to nutrition. How do you handle emotions? Everyone's always saying, like, I'm good emotionally, I'm emotionally intelligent, all that stuff. Then I ask them, what are the 3 things you do when you're mad? What are the 3 things you do when you're sad? What are the 3 things you do when life doesn't go your way? Tell me those things. If you can tell me those things, we're going to start to find out what happens emotionally when it's time for you to lose weight. If we can find that out, we can have success. And that's what we do. We find out those hard things ahead of time now so that people can have a more successful journey. So I hope this quick live, I had a moment. Aaliyah went to sleep randomly. I had a quick moment to just do some content. And I wanted to encourage you that weight loss is an emotional journey also. So if you feel that you're not just accomplishing it by just lifting weights and just by eating right, it's also an emotional journey. And anybody who tells you it's not, they probably haven't had much success. Anybody who's had success with weight loss, like real weight loss, they'll tell you it's an emotional journey. If it seems that they're having massive success and they're not being set back, they're probably conquering the emotions that's stopping them. And you can do the same. So I have nothing to sell you. I'm just giving you some information. Take it, implement it, and go be great. Now I have to sign off on 2.